Died, leaving her with nothing more than two very rude stepsisters and an even more horrible stepmother.
I hate you.
She hated her. Cinderella was not very privileged, and in fact, she really thought that everyone just kind of hated her. She was kind of emo. And Cinderella, well, one day she just couldn't take it anymore, so she went up to the highest tower in all of the land. But just as she was about to pistol to her mouth, in rushes a prince playing Guitar Hero. No, you can't. Only I play Guitar Hero. And so this prince, this wonderful, wonderful prince, said, "You know what, Cinderella, I'm willing to make a deal with you."
What deal?
Here's the deal. I give you 2 days and $100. You're pretty stupid, Cinderella. I give you 2 days and $100. Will you come back to my palace on Saturday night and look really hot and dance with me?
I'll need a pumpkin and some rice. Okay. I need $100 up front. And I need 2 days too up front.
Whatever. So, this prince lets Cinderella have the pumpkin and the mice and the $100 and 2 days, and in 2 days the prince said, "You know what? That's it. I'm sick of this kingdom. I'm sick of the way this kingdom treats me. I'm sick of everyone. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get married, and I'm going to go to Istanbul, because it's cooler." And the prince made a decision right then and there that he was going to have a ball and find the most beautiful woman in the town. See, he had forgotten that he had made this deal with Cinderella. His original intent was to marry her. But the prince isn't really all that bright.
Let's just get on to it. There was E and rave music and dancing at the end of it's pretty much a story up to the point where the clock goes.
So after some well, push comes to shove, and the prince,
well then,
the prince, being very worn out by this time, looked up the stairs, and there he saw this girl who was getting freak on, Cinderella. Cinderella, unfortunately, was on drugs, so she couldn't dance right.
Say something.
And then she fell down the stairs, right at the prince's feet. And reached for his hand, and he said, "No, ew, what do you have for me?"
What do you have? What? Who's playing next?
Ew! So he wiped his hand on his trousers, I guess.
Pantaloons, God.
Pantaloons, and he stole her socks. And one flew across the room, I don't know how.
don't those stink?
And he looked down at her and he was like, "Oh my God, that's that chick I gave the $100 to. She's pretty hot."
Pretty hot.
But by this time, he's being called by his best friend,
Bob.
Bob. Bob said, "Get back over here, I need you. I found a hot chick, and
She's unconscious.
we didn't start." And so the prince, being the kind of man he was, went to be his best friend's wingman, because he was cool like that. But
I don't know.
he never forgot that girl who passed out by his feet and he stole her socks. So he goes over and he finds out the guy was lying. He goes, "Why did you lie to me? I'm lonely. I need your company because I'm gay. I'm was, and he looked down, and he was like, dude, what the? Where'd she go? And then he heard a voice in his ear saying, that way. So he goes over to the main stairs of the castle, and he looks down, and he sees a very smelly sock hanging on a Christmas tree. And he goes, this must be hers. Don't prank me with a... What?
How does that feel to go from? Symbolizing and having seizures.
Hey, remember?
She looks more like she's hopping the floor.
So the prince woke up. God, I'm sweaty. So the prince woke up and straightened out his skirt and pantyhose and tossed his head a bit and looked up at the sky for an answer. Why, God? Why a sock? It could be anyone. Socks over all sized feet.
Find the lady whose foot fits on.
What? Sorry, could you repeat that?
Find the lady whose foot it fits on, and you can marry her.
Why?
Because I said so, and I'm good.
Why can't I just look Cinderella? Well, that was easy. So the prince searched all throughout the land and went knocking on every door. Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
No, it's Knox. There's.
Knoxers? Do you know a Cinderella?
Yes.
They're not very Chinese, are they? No, I think her name would be Chinella or something. Totally missed that.
But only once and no more.
I'm Cinderella.
Why do you want to see my Cinderella? It's yours. Take it. I must leave you now, Cinderella. And then the prince. What the hell? After seeing Cinderella passed out, with little help.
Stop taking advantage of me.
Pulled his back out, trying to make Cinderella expire. And unfortunately enough, was paralyzed from the head down. And then put in a hospital.
The end.
Where he was very depressed for many a year before taking his own life. But the moral of the story is that he never forgot Cinderella. And he loved her until the day that she died. And he said fervently, no! He loved her, and that's what happened to Cinderella. And he loved her until the day that she died, at which point he took a Sharpie and wrote Cinderella on his chest. And stood on a loo in the middle of the county hospital, screaming her name at the top of his lungs for all the world to hear. And his love was like a flame that burned eternal until he realized, that's not Cinderella. Dun dun dun.